Today we're going to talk about my best friend's home, the stables. I'm a horseback rider. I'm fond of horses and I wanted the house to have some stable because it was not any. The reality is end of the 19th century, beginning of the 20th, they destroyed all the communs, which is like the farm, the stables, which was actually a good thing for me because usually when you get that kind of house, you have kilometers of roof and maintenance to do on these buildings that are not used anymore. So actually here there is nothing. So the good part of it is that we need to rebuild and create some areas that are going to be on a shape and a proportion that are like livable. So I was pretty lucky because just in front of the gate there is the road, and in front it was like 3 hectares with a little house that I could purchase. And this house I had authorization to turn it into stable and to build just in front of this house another house perfectly symmetrically with the perspective axe. So let's go there. Here is the house that we started to restore. It's a very nice end of 18th century's house that is probably a little bit directoire. It was just after the revolution. It's made of stone and kind of mud. It's actually mud bricks. So we had to restore it the same way. Of course, the house we're going to build just in front, that's going to host, this one is going to host the horses, the tackle room and a shower and a shower for the horses. And the other building that's going to be literally the twin will host all, which is like a little apartment for the groom, and probably all the area for the hay and the straw and everything for the horses to eat, and all the technical part also to put the machinery, the trucks and everything to do storage, because we don't have anything in the domain. Of course, the new house will not be built with the same technique. We're going to keep the same codes with the same corniche, the same type of roof, the same shape, of course, but probably not done with the mud bricks, because we had to find the only last company that produced this kind of bricks to repeat it, because if you mix the materials, it's not waterproof the same way, so it's going to be humidity problems, and for the structure we had to use exactly the same material. So we find a company that do that again, and we could use it to restore completely. So here you see that we have redone completely the stone corniche that was perfectly restored. I was very surprised because my guy have very good skills in terms of carving. I didn't know that, so it's really good to have and convenient to have people that can do a little bit of everything. And so I'm pretty happy because in less than 1 month they could restore already the facade. They could restore completely the roof. They had to do a big renovation of the roof. They cleaned it. They put it back, and I will show you after, but I have actually one of the tiles that I got back with the signature of the person who was probably like creating the tiles in the beginning of the 19th century. Come with me. Here we receive the first window, and as you see, they open nicely outside, which is like a big mistake. So they're going to send us the windows opening inside like proper windows, and it's going to be yellow color because in the 18th century the green, the blue needed to have this kind of color. You needed some metal and oxidation with copper and all to get this kind of green. So it was mainly for the rich parts of the house, and the yellow, the red, this kind of the brown were more for the area that were less rich, because it was made of ochre, which is like mud and some colors like natural pigments that were not like iron and metal. So it was for the cheapest areas. So stables were part of it. So it's going to be yellow. A yellow that is not too yellow. It's kind of a dark yellow, a bit mustard color. That was pretty. It was. We had the choice with red, but I didn't really love the red. I prefer a little bit of ochre and yellow like this. So all the windows and door will be like this in the outside. In the inside is going to be a dark oak color, more like in the 18th and 19th century. So this is going to be the official big door to get in. So let's get in. Curtain. And now we are inside of the future stable. Here it was a little house with 7 little rooms downstairs. So we removed everything. We have redone completely the ceiling, putting a flat ceiling and changing and removing the first floor. So we have much higher area for the horses to feel comfortable. And I'm pretty happy because we put some cobblestone on the floor that we could get from an old farm. So it will look pretty ancient. The whole point of this stable area is to do something that looks like always been here. I wanted it to look like it was the official stable of Dampierre. Very classic 18th, 19th century references. So we did the pavé d'écurie, because this is the name of it, the cobblestone of stables, everywhere inside of the box and outside of the box. It was always done that way. It was always a hallway, and half of it was the area where you put the stables. Back in the days, the horses didn't have a box. It was not like a 3.5 per 3.5 meters area where the horse was free. No, it was an area where it was called stable, it was called a stall in French, where the horse was attached and straight in front of a wall with an area for him to eat, with a stone area where he can eat and drink. So, and they were all like this, and it was more or less 3 meters long per 1.5 meters wide, and all the horses were like this, like cows actually when you go in a farm. So to restore a little bit this spirit of having 1 horses per stable, I created, I think it's called manger or something like this, the area where the horse can actually eat. So I did, like in fake stone, 1, 2, 3, 8 little manger like this for the horses to be in front. But per box, we're going to use 2 of the mangers to make 1 box. So it's going to be the story, the fake story we're going to tell is that the horses were just 8 horses back in the days. And in the 19th centuries or late 18th centuries, they decided to make more spacious area for the horses. And so we decided to take 2 of the mangers to make actually 1 box, and instead of 8 we put only 4 horses. So here we are. So in this area you can see there is like some enduit, and the color is a little bit beige yellow. We put all the stones on the lower part, like it is done in the Versailles stables, because I went there, I went to check a little bit all the stables on the castles around to see how it was done in France. Because in England it's a bit different. Usually in England they love to put tiles. On top of the manger you actually have a stripe of tiles that is very nice, but it's very British. I love it, but I think it was too British and I wanted to do a more French style. So in Versailles, for instance, I will show you the picture after, but it's a stone on the down area. The manger like this in stone too. On top, usually you have wood. So it's going to be a wood paneling for a stripe like this, and the hay area where we put actually the hay for the horse to eat. So it's going to be like this with little bars on top. So it's going to be stone with the manger, the wood paneling, and the hay stuff. Here the boxes will be fully in wood with metal bars. And it's going to be like 3.5 per 4 meters, so it's pretty spacious for a horse. And it's going to be 4 horses in this. And we put a little corniche on top. I will show you all the drawings, but it's all going to be in oak, in pretty dark oak. And voila, for the horses, I think they're going to be pretty happy here. So I'm not going to spend the entire day here, because this is going to be for the night, and during the day we have fields over there. So every day they will go there to eat around and mess around and get crazy in the fields. And after at night they come here warm and cozy with all their friends and all together. And to finish this hallway in here, because there was no door over there to go in the other area, because the other area is actually not my house, it's another house. I wanted to do something to catch the eyes. the eyes. So we did a little niche like this, where I put a little socle, but I don't know what to put on it. I have a vase, a Medicis vase that is going to be here. It's not super special, but I think it's going to make the job for now. And also in the écurie, for the poutre here, I wanted to make it look more authentic, so we did stone little corbeau. We call it corbeau in French. It's a little stone that is going to pretend to hold the wood. So this is a project. And here, each side of the big door, for the lighting, I wanted to do big lanterns here hanging. And the lighting, because I don't want to put hanging lanterns on the ceiling, I prefer to put two lanterns on the wall. We're going to talk about it in another video. And also to give a little bit more of light, I think we're going to do a very discreet on top of the wood, on top of the corniche. I think we're going to put a LED light that is going to be super discreet and just give a little halo of light, and that is going to be completely invisible, to give a very nice light that is kind of cozy but can keep bringing enough light for us to actually take care of the horses. From the main room, we arrive to the saddle room, because it needs to be convenient, because of course it's looking like old stables, but it's going to be very convenient and modern in a way on the way it's done. So from here you can actually access the saddle room. I will show you also all the wood paneling that we decided to do. It's going to be in oak also, but a bit lighter color this time. So it's going to be the saddles on the wall in here. It's going to be 8 saddles, 4 and 4. The bridles are going to be here, hanging here. Here's going to be a bench with wood paneling that goes to 250, because the ceiling is very high, it's almost 5 meters. Here is going to be a cupboard completely closed in oak too. There's going to be a fireplace that is here that is not going to be effective. I'm going to put the heating system in it. So it's going to be discreetly here. I'm going to probably do a little treillage painted in black, so the heating system can be effective without it to show too much. And in a technical point of view, here in the cupboard, I'm going to open the little doors. It's going to be a nice sink to actually clean all the material, to clean the leather, and to clean the boots, and to clean it all. So this will be hidden here, and we can close. And here is going to be an area with evacuation and VMC to actually remove all the wet area, because here is going to be a box where we're going to put a fabric part that you put under the saddle, between the horse and the saddle. And this is always getting very wet because of the sweat. So here we're going to put some rack like this with a system to actually make it dry quicker. So here is going to be here. And from here we arrive to my favorite room. It's the little spa for the horse. So we're going to put the horse here from the box. It's going to come here and not through the saddle room, from outside. And we're going to put the horse actually. He's going to arrive from here. We put the horse here between the 2 bars, here and here, with a little rope to hold them. And he's going to be standing here. We're going to have access directly to the tackle room to actually take all the material we need, and we can prepare him here. Here is a very nice thing that I love from the Pyrenees marble. It's a very local marble from where I'm born. With a nice swan to actually provide the water. So the horse will be here. We can clean the bite, we can clean his nose with a sponge, and here is going to be a shower. It's going to be a place where to hang the material over here, and so the horse will be very nicely installed in here with a view on little courtyard that is super cute, because we designed and we restored a very nice little fountain over there that is going to be surrounded with 2 lanterns and also a lot of vegetation, roses, probably apple trees in an espalier shape. You know, is a shape that it looks like a fork with a shape that you can put against the wall. So it's going to be this against the wall, plus a couple of buxus, plus plants growing around. So I think this area will really be paradise, and I think I'm going to spend more time here than anywhere else in the domain. In the region, actually the facade is mainly in stone and is going to be covered with enduit everywhere. But most of the houses here on the facade that is on the street is usually pretty rich with stones, and the facade that is on the back, because the house is of course from the 18th century, and the facade that is on the back usually is a bit more farmy style, so they have what we call the colombage, is what they are restoring right now. It's all the wood work that is like this, and in between the wood they put the enduit to make it look like this. It looks very medieval, it's very typical of the region here. And I think they did a marvelous job, because it's not just with nails, everything hangs because of little wood pieces, and we call it tenon and mortaise, and it's little cheville, we call it cheville also, that is going to make the effect of a nail without being a metal nail. And in this little area is going to be a courtyard, a closed one, with the apple trees against the wall and the plants. And in the middle, I wanted to do two little square of green. The question, I didn't know what to put in it. So if you have ideas, I'm happy about it. Just to give you a little preview, there's going to be a buxus little line against the wall over there, with some plants growing behind the little buxus line against the wall. So it's going to be a transition between the buxus that is low, the apple trees that are on the wall, and little wild plants in the middle, to make a little transition going up like this. And in front of it, the two little patches of green I want in front, they're going to be flat. I didn't really know what to do. I wanted to do a frame that is going to be in buxus, of course, but inside I don't know. Either I put something like what is behind, but I'm kind of worried it's going to compete too much if I put a bit of wild plants and flowers. Either I just plant some lavender, because with horses we don't like too much mosquitoes and flies, so we were thinking to put lavenders because it kind of push it away. So I don't really know. I don't know if we put different stuff or if we put only one, because it needs to look a bit matching, you know, but not too matching. I don't know. So this is not really decided. We will see with Dan what is his opinion on that. Okay, but if you have ideas, I'm happy to hear it. The question was about the gate, because we need to close this area, of course. So logically, you put the gate on the street, but the thing is, if you put a gate just in front of the other gate, I feel like it's going to compete too much, and it didn't look really like the same property. It looks like you have one house over there and another one here. So I decided to do, I'm pretty proud of this idea because it changes all. Instead of putting this gate in front of along the road, we're going to put it actually here. So it's going to be a big actually area, a little esplanade, a little court, a little place, a place here that's going to be accessible from the street, completely open, with the gate at the end of it. So it's really inviting actually. First, the gate is not going to compete because it's going to be too far. And second, it's going to be really like it's part of the same domain, because this is actually a free access area. So this is part of the domain for sure. And the gate in here will be here, closing here. And on the perspective axe is going to be the carrière. The carrière is the arena where actually we can ride the horses. And this is really like a kid dream, to actually ride the horse just in front and facing the chateau. That would be just amazing. I think I can cry just imagining doing that. And so the carrière will be here. They are actually working on it right now. An arena is pretty technical to do, because you need a good drainage. The soil needs to be good for the horses to gallop and to be safe for his joints. So what we do is we're doing like some concassé, which is like pretty tiny stones that are going to be literally like concrete on the floor. And on top of that, you put different layers of different type of stones till you finish with very, very, very thin sand that is 0.2 millimeters big, between 0.1 and 0.2 millimeters sand, coming from Fontainebleau, where there is this beautiful castle in France. And they have a very specific sand that is sold all over the world, is the sable de Fontainebleau. And when it's wet, it's really like looking like caoutchouc, it's really looking like gum, and you have a lot of elasticity, and for the horses is amazing. So the sign is going to come from there, and it's going to be this little shape over there, and we're going to put a little hedge around to make it more cozy and look cute.